Welcome everybody to the first episode of ECF Crossfire live in the Foxhole Arena in Rochester, New York, our old home. I am Jared Extreme, and I am joined once again by this man right here.
Hello everybody, David Affleck. Yeah, we're back again outside here at the nice weather for this time of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we wish everyone who's suffering little near us in Buffalo from that horrible storm. But yeah, we're getting away from that for now. So let's look at the match card for this night. We're starting off with a tag team contest between the American Warriors and Dan Thunder and Matt Vero. We're going to follow that with a four-way for the Internet title with Corey Chambers defends against Kenyon, Fenix, Jeff Garnett, and Jaden Jacob. Divas action, Veronica faces Heather Baker. And Brandon James will make his debut against the returning Randall Knight. And in our main event, Phil Bradshaw is going to go one-on-one with the Savior, Shambo.
But a fantastic card here tonight for the debut of Crossfire. I'm ready for this.
And these fans, this used to be our kind of home away from home before we came on the internet.
Is that a tank?
It is a tank. These fans are very excited. And the owner is out here to talk. The chairman of the board, Mr. Lespiza.
No chance. That's what you got.
Yeah, it is pretty damn cold out here. At least Mr. Lespiza is out here prepared in his nice suit. He'll be giving a state of address for ECF Crossfire and how the brand will work.
It's always rare to see the champion show up, so he's got to have something ready.
Yeah, we last saw the chairman last weekend at ECF Backlash, where he personally disbanded the CWO after they failed in that chamber match. And now, he's going to talk to these fans. Ladies and gentlemen, and all of the ECF fans watching around the world, welcome to the first edition of ECF Crossfire. It feels great to finally bring in some more programming to all of these ECF fans. In the past, we've tried with second shows, and we probably still would have had one going right now if it wasn't for a certain general manager who had to cancel it. But besides that, we're here for a fresh start. We're here to bring in some more ECF action to all of the ECF fans worldwide, because you deserve more than what you're getting. You deserve great wrestling shows 2 times a week, because Crossfire isn't going to be no bi-weekly thing. It isn't going to air once every few months. No, this is a every week deal, ladies and gentlemen. And I am honored to be here speaking to you on the first episode of Crossfire. Now, there are a few things I need to address before we get the show underway. First off, after many years of being away, I am so honored to be back in what used to be the second home of the Extreme Confederation. I am glad to be back in Rochester in the ECF Foxhole Arena, baby! I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to bring this arena back, to find a purpose for it. Because I didn't want it demolished. I didn't want it torn down. After 20 years of history in this building, there is no way that we are letting go of it. And after an absence, I've decided that what better way to bring back the Foxhole Arena than by making it the home of ECF Crossfire. On to the other thing. Because of how things played out last time with me naming a general manager, I'm going to be waiting a little bit until I reveal who will be running ECF Crossfire, who will be the general manager of Crossfire. So until then, you'll be seeing me more often than you usually would on, say, a Death Row or a CPV. But regardless, I'm here, you're all here. Let's have some fun. Let's kick off Crossfire, because now is the time that our new second show, the newest form of ECF entertainment, begins. And it begins now. Welcome back to Crossfire. We just heard from the chairman of the board and the owner, and now here comes the American Warriors.
These guys look very patriotic, that's for sure.
We haven't seen these two in quite a few weeks. Last time we saw them is when these two men failed in becoming the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. But you know, these two men, they revamped themselves by going as this new tag team. And it worked out for a little bit, and then they lost. And since then, they've been staying silent.
I'm pretty interested in the band that they came out with. So.
Yeah, Mr. Jack Benham, very famed manager, has been really taking these two under his wing since he returned to this company.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jack Venom, and I am the advocate for Luke Washington and Matthew X, the American Warriors. And I know you haven't been seeing my clients in recent weeks. We've been kind of on the low, haven't been appearing on the shows, because I decided that my clients needed a little bit to get their head back in the game. Because you see, when I took these two men under my wing, we had success in our first match. Things didn't go so well afterwards, though. My clients lost to Bad Dreams. My clients lost a chance to go after the tag team championships. But now, after a few weeks, we're here, and we're back on Crossfire, and we're here to do just that. We are here to go after those tag team championships. Because Luke Washington and Matthew X, true, real patriots for this country, they are here to prove that they can go and they can get back on track and win those titles. And I will not rest. I will not stop until these two men until I guide them to that goal. It could be a long journey, but knowing me, it's going to be a very, very short one. So Bad Dreams, congrats, you're the new tag team champions. But keep those belts warm for us, because we're going to be going after them. And tonight we're going to prove that by defeating Thunder and Vero. The two men that are completely irrelevant now that they no longer hold the tag titles. And just because they could beat Good and Evil doesn't mean that they can beat a young team that hasn't just gotten out of a retirement home within the past few years. Alright? Good and Evil are old news. And Thunder and Vero, you're becoming old news because no one gives a rat's ass about you. My clients are new. My clients are young. My clients are fresh. And most importantly, after tonight, my clients will be relevant. So you can have all these teams go after the tag titles. The British Empire, whoever the fuck they are. You can put AJ Young and Jay Krat together, and they can go after the belts. And you, Thunder and Vero, you can go after the belts too if you want. But Bad Dreams just know that the one team that will be taking those belts off of you will be the American Warriors, because we fight for America. We are the Star-Spangled Men with a plan. And we are here. They are here under my guidance to prove they are the best damn tag team in CAW. So Thunder and Vero, get ready, because you're ready. You're gonna get the ass whooping of a lifetime. So get ready for that. Because when Jack Venom's venom strikes, you'll never see it coming.
Well, the roar has echoed around the arena. Jack Venom said his piece for his stable. He really wants those two to get back on track, but first they're going to have to go through one of our best tag teams we have here, Thunder and Vero.
This tag team accomplished a lot here. Definitely got to be a top 3 tag team ECF has ever produced. These two guys right here. It's going to be a pretty good run for the money right now.
Definitely. I mean, these two held the tag titles for a good majority of last season, only to be dethroned on the first event of this season, the Tag Team Invitational Tournament.
And we saw what happened at Backlash as well.
Yeah, they successfully defeated the team of the old in Good and Evil. And now they look to have some good competition against this young American Warriors team.
There's going to be an opportunity for either of these tag teams to throw their name into the pot on who could possibly be the next number one contender for the tag team titles.
Yes, definitely. I mean, on Death Row alone, we saw 2 teams try to put their name in the hat for the tag team titles. I mean, we saw the British Empire debut along with Rush Hour. And you gotta imagine these 2 teams are definitely gonna want to have their name in there as well.
The Thunder and Vero definitely want to get their name back on there. They want to get the titles back. They don't want to just sit around and let these new guys get it. They want it. They want to prove to these new guys that we're still at the top tier.
Yes, indeed. We're going to start this match off with Dan Thunder and Matthew X in the ring. And big, kind of a jawbreaker there by Thunder.
This is going to be a pretty... This is another situation. It's, I mean, Backlash, it was old versus new. Tonight, though, Thunder and Vero are pretty much playing the old, facing this upstart tag team.
Yes, indeed. And this is really a battle between kind of a powerhouse team against a very athletic yet powerful team.
The difference in contrast is definitely going to show here tonight. But you got to think, Venom on the outside, he is a key component to possibly helping the Warriors out. I mean, you got to watch out for him. He's a sneaky guy.
He is a very sneaky guy. He's been known to be a guy you really cannot trust. As they say, you can never trust a snake. And that has been proven in the past with not only some of the people he's, led his clients against, but also some of his former clients himself. I mean, I remember just last year, he turned his back on the Sins. And, he desperately paid for that at the cost of his job.
We got to think that's what the Warriors want to do. They want to make sure that they stay on Venom's good side. They do not want to have a certain situation that happened to the Sins. So they're going to do whatever they can to impress Venom to keep him on their side. And tonight is that start.
Luke Washington now in for the American Warriors as Thunder counters with this nice springboard moonsault.
And another one.
Really showing off his high-flying ability. And a third one! And this time going for the cover of one, only getting a one.
Moonsaults everywhere. Jeez.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank everyone once again for tuning in for the first episode of Crossfire. I know last time we tried to do a second show, it did not turn out as well as planned. But this time, we look to be back on track, and we look to at least have someone who won't destroy the show in power once we name a general manager, at least.
Can't wait to find out who's going to be in charge.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Laspiza didn't necessarily say when or who we would find out who this general manager is, but you gotta imagine it's going to be coming pretty soon. And now Vero going to the top with a nice elbow drop.
Go for the pinfall, but only one count.
It's two. Or one. I didn't really catch it that much. Now working on the leg of Luke Washington. Washington's finisher really requires him to go for that leg as he's got that nice big bicycle boot to the face.
It's definitely what Viral should be going after. Attack the key opponent. You want to always go after what the person uses the most.
Yes, sirree. And now Matthew X is back in this match.
Just get shoved.
Shoved right down to the mat. And super kick!
Super kick. Everybody uses a super kick.
The AWF signature. But Matthew X kicks out at one. And right back to the mat he goes. Oh!
Oh, what the hell? Like a centaur of sorts, I guess. I don't even know what to call it.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
What a Uranagi there.
Very impressive.
The thing I love about Matt Vero, and this is really why, this team is one of my favorites we have in this company, is he's a big man, but he can go to the top rope and do some crazy things.
What the?
Oh! Bonsai drop connecting.
Impact of that man's weight just falling right upon your chest. It just imploded.
If it wasn't for Jack Venom there, that would be over. Wait. Culture clash.
Oh, God.
His finishing maneuver.
That could be all. No.
I don't know what happened. I think Venom had the referee again. And
it looks like Thunder's trying to take care of Washington over there in the corner. Can't really see very well, though.
And Vero is just going completely insane on Matthew X. And, he's really the one that's trying to benefit the most from this tag team because he really went on quite a losing streak at the end of last season. Oh, no.
Oh, his face right into his knee.
He was trying to get back in this match, but that didn't really turn out that good in his favor. And now, he makes the tag to Thunder.
Here we go. Some awesome tag team maneuvers, and it's the most overused tag team maneuver in all of wrestling.
Well, what are you going to do? It's effective. And
I guess that's...
overhead belly-to-belly suplex.
See, and now, the best thing about Viral and Thunder is they got the strength, they got the high flying, but the Warriors, they're pretty much equal. So you don't get that difference in contrast.
No, they're both pretty much the same. And they both have, Washington's kind of got that amateur background to him, and Matthew X is more that, just total strength. But they're both pretty much equal when it comes in terms of power.
So, when it comes towards Viral and Thunder, when they look at the Warriors, they can easily make it clear that the one guy is pretty much as equal as the other. Whereas the Warriors got to look at Viral and Thunder and be like, shit, one of them's got the high flying, the other one's got the power. They really got to think about what they got to do in the terms of who do they go after, who do they take out, and who do they try and dominate a path.
Exactly.
Nice standing shooting star.
Yeah, so far the strategy they were using against this Warriors team is really working out in their advantage. And the American Warriors really haven't found their groove in this match just yet.
Well, but it looks like anytime they get the upper hand, they're going to get their shit kicked in by Viral and Thunder. And it looks like Venom's pretty much the one that's keeping them from losing right now. It doesn't look like the Warriors are doing enough tag team work to make them contenders. And that probably knocked him out.
Ah, jeez, that's going to hurt in the morning is the big roundhouse kick square to the face.
Right? Looked like it hit the temple. You see, the thing about the temple is you hit somebody in the temple, they're pretty much going to get knocked.
Oh, no. He's got the single leg Boston Crab locked in.
That's not good. Oh, okay.
Broken up.
Matthew X helps out and stops it from happening. And, all right, and there he goes. He shows his problem.
Now what?
And another super kick.
Jeez. Really using a lot of kicks.
Everybody and your grandmother can do a super kick.
It's a very popular move, and every time someone does it, oh! Corkscrew suicide dive there to the outside.
Now that was impressive.
That was a thing of beauty.
Right now it looks like Washington's in trouble with Viral and Thunder right there. Well, I don't know what there's Matthew X there going to quit. He didn't go and help his tag partner. What's up with that?
I'm not sure. Oh, big miscalculation there.
This could be the opening right now that the Warriors need. What's Washington doing? What are you standing around for? Deserve it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. That was all on Luke Washington. He should have been, his head should have been in the game, and he was just lying around. That was not a good thing to do in a match like this when you're up against a team like Thunder and Viral. And wait.
Oh, his face could be broken. There's Venom again getting up on the apron.
Just trying to save the match for this team. And now, what are they gonna do?
I think the ref finally made the right call and got rid of Venom.
Finally, and wait a minute. Oh no. Doomsday Device!
Oh,
that is put away everybody in this tag team division. One. Two, no!
X
saves the match for his partner and a big German.
Oh. There's a strike of Washington right there.
Exactly.
And yeah, it looks like Venom has been ejected.
Venom nowhere to be found.
Now that Venom is gone, let's see, can the Warriors actually win as a tag team, or was Venom the only thing keeping them away?
I'm not sure. Like I said, they really have yet to find any sort of big offense in this match. And I don't know, maybe Jack Venom is the key component for these two to, pick up victories here in this company.
Whoa! Matthew X taking out Thunder.
Yeah, just trying to get something. What are you doing?
Why are you going to the outside? The man's in the in-ring.
I don't know.
These Warriors are a little bit too cocky for them.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what the... These Warriors are a little bit too cocky for their own good. It's going to get them the loss if they keep doing this.
Yeah. I mean, this is just completely on them if they lose this match, because they've had several opportunities to pick something up and get going in this match, and but they just have yet to figure out a way to get the job done.
There's Washington back on the other side of Luther's press there.
And just repeatedly slamming him to the ground.
I mean, I'll give the Warriors credit. Both men are really good in the ring, but as a tag team, I have yet to see that be anything.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
You could be great, you could be fantastic in-ring workers, but if you want to do a tag team, you gotta have some kind of coexistence. You gotta work with the other guy. Viral and Thunder, they are a tag team. They know each other in and out. They can work together. They can team up. They can take out their opponents. The Warriors, though, doesn't look like they care about each other. They care about themselves, but they also care about getting a win, so they have no choice but to, you know, be with the person they're with. That's their biggest issue. I haven't seen enough of them as a tag team to find them credible.
To be fair, the only reason why they did join up as a tag team is because they felt that they couldn't get the job done in the singles division anymore. And with Jack Venom under their wing, they were kind of a, you know, I guess how you could say it, a synthetic duo. They were formed by an outside force and not voluntarily.
Well, it doesn't look like that was a good idea because it doesn't look like they're working out that well.
But now with the tag team moves there, just trying to get something done in this match. And you know, I'm not rooting for anyone here, but you know, it could be nice if we could see this not be one-sided anymore.
I mean, it's kind of, I mean, this is definitely something the Warriors would not get. They definitely would like to have fought another tag team that weren't Viral and Thunder.
Yeah, this is just not really that much of good luck for the American Warriors because they have, I don't want to say, I want to say they've been crushed in this match, but they haven't been doing as well as they probably thought they would have.
This match could have been over 2 different times if it wasn't for the Warriors and their egos getting in the way.
Yes, sirree. And now I think it's time that Matt Viral tries to end this one. Wait. Broke it! And this could be it. This could be the thing that they need.
This could be a huge upset, dog.
Oh. Kick out it. I don't even know what that was.
I don't even think Viral I don't even think a count happened. I think Viral's like, you think I'm going to kick out? You think I'm going to lose to that? Hell no. What the hell?
What the?
Did he just do a 450?
I believe he just did a 450.
You see, though, stuff like that impresses the shit out of me. He's huge and does a 450, I'm sold.
Yeah. I mean, that's just money right there. And now,
the Doomsday Device
second Doomsday Device.
That's it.
And this has to be it. They had their one string of momentum, but that is it.
And this is why Viral and Thunder are an amazing tag team, because they are a tag team.
That is one way to describe them. A plain old simple, very effective tag team. And this is why they are the best of the best in ECF.
No offense to the Warriors or anything, but boys, get your shit together because this is my first time seeing them. I'm not impressed as a tag team. Maybe singles, but not as a tag team. They gotta work on that.
Yes, they do.
Are you fucking kidding me, Shane?
And now, it is time for the Fatal 4-Way for the Internet Championship. Welcome back to Crossfire, folks. We just saw the first contest in the history of Crossfire as Thunder and Viral defeated the American Warriors. And now Corey Chambers is out here to defend his Internet Championship.
This is going to be one hell of an electrifying match. 4 guys, 1 title. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be all over the place. This is going to be really fun.
Yeah. Corey Chambers has defeated everyone and anyone that has come in his way so far of taking that championship away from him.
He's
And tonight,
one of the most impressive champions so far that I've seen.
yeah, I mean, he's been in a ladder match, but you know, tonight might just be his biggest challenge because he has to fight not 1, not 2, but 3 other men in this match.
He is the breakout star of the new breed. I'll give him that.
Wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Oh, wait. Jeff Garnett has got himself an entrance video here, folks.
It's the man with the nickname that I don't understand.
Now going by off the chain. 1/3 of Headhunters, Jeff Garnett.
Well, at least that nickname's better than the last one.
Yeah, used to be known as the Never-Ending Story, but he just thought didn't really fit him that much. You know, and this man was once a former internet champion himself, and he never really got a rematch for that championship, so I guess this could count as his rematch.
This is his time to try and grab that title back around his waist.
Still, you know, reeling off the momentum of, you know, defeating the CWO and ending their reign here in ECF. Ooh, nice pyro there.
The Headhunters did what they had to do. They came together, they took out the CWO, and now it's back to basics for all 3 men to go on their own again and try and reclaim their signature glory. And that's exactly what Jeff is going to do here tonight and try and get back that internet title.
He's going to do anything he can to get some singles gold once again. But you know, the Headhunters, they still have, in a way, another team going after them in the self-proclaimed richest team in car wrestling, the Bakers. But, you know, I don't know. To me, it just seems like the 3 of them are just trying to capitalize on top stars and try to get noticed. But here comes the 3rd man in this match, the Divine Jackpot, Kenyon Fenix.
This guy still scares the shit out of me.
Kenyon getting a win over David Salmon on the last episode of Death Row,
Definitely
putting his name in the runnings for the Hardcore Championship. But tonight, he might want to get that internet title.
We'll see what happens. I mean, if he's big for the kid, I mean, he hasn't had much of a win streak here, so he got that win on Sandman tonight. He can get a win, get the title. Maybe still even have a chance to take on Sandman for the Hardcore title. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's getting up on the up again.
To me, Kenyon just wants gold, and he wants it any way he can get it. And here comes the last man in this match. One of my favorites here. Whenever he comes out, here he is.
Oh, okay.
Here comes the 8-card stud, Jaden Jacob.
Yep.
One of my favorite entrance themes here.
Flashy little fucker, isn't he?
Yeah. This man is all about, I guess you could say, the Vegas life.
I
Just
can
loves
definitely
representing his hometown. Represents Sin City everywhere he goes, and tonight he wants a chance at the Internet Championship.
him and Kenyon are not going to clash very well with their styles.
I don't think so. Kenyon really does not care for the flashy types like Corey Chambers and Jaden Jacob. And I guess he'll have great pleasure in beating the shit out of them in this match tonight.
He's a man that likes to just keep to himself and fuck everybody else.
Yes, sirree. But that is what this match is all about, the Internet Championship.
There we go.
And you know, this is where a second commentary guy really helps you out, because it's really hard to call matches like this because there's just so much going on.
It's absolutely fantastic. We got Chambers who's going after. What did he just do?
He was going after Kenyon, but just did kind of a Phoenix splash onto Jaden Jacob almost halfway across the ring.
He's like, screw that, I'm going to go try something else. And now it looks like Garnett's going after Jacobs.
Yes, he is. And, oof.
Chambers and Fenix are working over there in the other corner.
And Chambers with the boot. And
Got a bulldog.
oh, went for the bulldog, but
Oh.
kind of ran into Garnett. And goes for the arm breaker again. And Garnett with the Samoan drop. Now, I know you've only commentated a few of the shows here, but
Yes.
who do you think your pick is for this match? Who do you think will be the one walking out of this match as internet champion?
Well, let's see. From what I've seen so far, I mean, I saw Chambers dominate Mitch on Dash Row, which I was completely shocked about because of the size difference. Chambers definitely has a lot of charisma. Fenix is a loose cannon. I can't really tell whether he wants a title or he just wants to see somebody get hurt. Garnett definitely is a big name for this one. He definitely has the momentum to try and get the title back. I think Jacobs is the dark horse in all this.
Jaden Jacob really has yet to win any sort of championship gold here. He's had his issues with his former partner Alejandro Rodriguez in recent weeks, but I guess he just wants to take a break from that and just focus on potentially getting himself some of that gold.
I'd have to say Chambers.
Venus with the first pin in the match, but 2C3 kicks out at 1.
I'd have to say Chambers would be my pick, only because he's been so dominant and successful with it. This might just be a walk in the park. I mean, he's got this crazy mentality about party. So, you know, he might feel like this is like a party. It's like a mosh pit to him. You know, take out everybody else and you're the one standing at the king of the mountain at the end of it all.
That's actually a unique way of thinking about this. But honestly, all 4 men to me have a good shot at winning this match. It just really all depends, because with these kind of matches, you need to get the pinfall at the right time. Because if not, someone is going to break that up. And to me, Chambers just seems like the guy who could do something like that with relative ease.
And there goes our announce table.
Fenix, the crazy fucker that he is just trying to get some carnage in this match, trying to get some bloodshed.
Say it's a smart idea. You know, I mean, it is a fatal 4-way. There are no disqualifications. You have the ability.
Oh, Famouser.
Take out everybody.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, dear God. Double Sunday to Jacob.
That's a vicious move. It contorts the neck. Definitely a painful move. But, I mean, the best thing to do is exactly what he's doing.
Garnett trying to capitalize, but kick out at 1 there. Chambers kind of broke that one up.
Well, Chambers now looks like a...
Death Valley driver there to Fenix.
Oh, there's so much going on, I can't take it. And a leg drop to Garnett.
Holy fuck. Cover now. Chambers trying to break it up. And
oh, here we go.
oh, wait. Punch. And another one.
And he's busted open.
Big face buster there.
I think Kenyon's bleeding.
No, how ironic is it that the one that wanted to get blood in this match was the one that ended up bleeding first?
Well, you know what some people say is that if you see your own blood, some people tend to go fucking insane because of it. So who knows? Maybe Kenyon sees his blood and he goes fucking crazy and oh shit.
The pounce to Jacob, but he doesn't.
Whoa!
He doesn't get the chance to capitalize on a pin, but Fenix does. But rope break.
This has got to be one of the most stressful matches for Chambers right now. 3 other men are trying to get this opportunity, and he's doing whatever he can, and he got it.
Oh! Like I said, he was able to sneak the pin, and I didn't even think he was going to get that one.
Kenyon was working on Garnett, did not notice the pinfall, and Chambers got the W.
He really had to have eyes in every single direction, just trying to make sure no one stole the victory. And he just tried to get the quick win. He didn't want to do anything flashy. He just wanted to walk out of this match with the championship.
He definitely been go party tonight with some bitches in the club.
Yes, sirree.
This our table we get broken.
It's my life in the box in front of me. The guitar in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by, as you see me lay face down.
Welcome back to Crossfire. And Chambers is still the internet champion.
definitely a shock for me. But I mean, he was the one I picked. Like I said, you know, he's got the mentality. He's got all that party thing going on. He definitely proved tonight. I don't know who's going to take that title off of him.
I don't know who can really. Anyone that tries to walk in that guy's direction ends up defeated. But we're going to have a little women's action here. Here comes one of our oddest women.
The hell's up with her face?
That is the woman you can only know as Veronica.
I don't really want to know her.
Yeah, she doesn't have that many friends, I'll just say that. They call her the Three Mirrors because there's really three sides to her. She's got three distinct personalities to show.
Really?
Yeah. Every time this woman steps in the ring, you don't know which side you're gonna get.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Let's go.
Yeah. She
I've seen
definitely
some pretty good-
is not well in the head, let's just say that.
I've seen some pretty weird people in this goddamn company. Jesus.
You know, we have our fair share of crazy characters.
This one disturbs me.
Just everything about Veronica is intriguing.
I guess that's the word.
But she definitely has a task ahead of her because she's going to be facing the crown jewel of the Bakers, Heather Baker.
Alright, there we go. Alright, at least this one looks a little bit more, you know, sane. She's not coming out with like face paint all over her face and stuff.
Well, I don't know if sane's the word that you can use to describe her.
Oh, great. She's sane too?
She's psychotic.
Great.
She basically threatened the ECF general manager, Chris Simmons, on the Facebook page with a knife.
Anybody in this company a sane person? Is anybody here normal?
Sean Riley's pretty normal, but he's not in the arena tonight.
Great. The only normal person you can name, and you're not even here. I gotta deal with psychopath number 1 and psychopath number 2. And the worst part is the second psychopath over here in the blue skirt is the worst kind of psychopath because they're the ones that don't show it.
Yeah. But I'm still sure we're going to be seeing a pretty good women's match tonight.
I hope. Now, who's the Baker in the corner there?
That is Chad, the man
Chad.
who carries around the $1 million title.
Now, I'm being told that is he her brother?
Yes, they're all brother and sister from what my production team has gathered for me.
All right then. So older brother out here tonight with, you know, rooting on his younger sister, I take it.
Yeah, Heather is the youngest, but everyone I've talked to has said that she is the most impressive of the three.
Well, she's impressing me right now. I mean, thank God it's not what I was expecting. I was thinking like, oh, they're gonna pull out forks and start like stabbing each other.
No, this is not a hardcore match. Unfortunately, that would be pretty awesome to see, I must admit. Veronica, big power bomb.
Oh, what a power bomb.
Now, Heather Baker had a shot at the women's title at Backlash, but, you know, even though she did pull off some crazy maneuvers, was not successful in her attempt. And I am not the biggest fan of the Bakers at all, but even I have to admit that this chick is impressive.
She's doing pretty damn well right now, and so is Veronica. Now, going back to what you had said earlier about this Three Mirrors thing, what side of Veronica will we seeing here tonight?
I don't know. She seems to be going for more of a vicious attitude tonight.
All right then.
Oh no.
Oh, whoa! Discus.
Discus clothesline.
Looks like she took off her head.
I wouldn't be
Over the
surprised if
pit.
she did. And that is a 2 count. Heather really is trying to embarrass
Whoa! They're right in on outstanding.
Veronica because I think that she's offended by how she embraces her, I guess, psychotic persona.
Oh, come on!
And now,
It never ceases to exist.
do we really have to lose our table this early in the show? We're only on the 3rd match.
If you're gonna take apart the table, at least use it.
But yeah, I mean,
no, I didn't mean it. I didn't
oh
mean
no, don't.
Shouldn't have opened my mouth.
Oh, Veronica doing the smart thing and escapes back into the ring, not wanting to take a bump like that this early into this contest.
I wouldn't have wanted to see that.
Yeah, me neither.
Now it looks like Heather's on the outside.
But you know, Crossfire, you know, when we had Shock Zone around, that's where we saw a good majority of the women's action. I think Mr. Laspiza will agree that this is where we will see a good majority of the women's action as well. So
I can't wait to see what happens. Oh,
this is really where they'll be able to showcase all of their skills. But what is gonna come here? Oh no!
Get out of the way. So hold on a second. Here. We good?
Yeah, we're good. Heather Baker just driving Veronica in with that snap DDT.
Well, my soda fell over again.
Well, you know, you really gotta look out for that. I mean, when you see someone take apart the table, you move that shit.
Well, you know, it happened before, and nothing happened.
Yeah, but you just gotta be, you gotta be cautious about those things. And now,
You get electrocuted one day.
Bulldog, just really embarrassing Veronica right here is Heather.
Look at her. She's showboating like she's like fucking the queen.
You know, I think she might think of herself that way.
I would. What?
Oh, God! Again!
Wait.
It's like a freaking
Very bad
truck.
trauma to her neck.
Oh no, she's calling for the end here. Wait a second. Spear!
Oh! I think she might have. That could break a rib.
I wouldn't be surprised if she is injured after that, and that is it.
Yeah. I'll give credit where credit is due. This Heather chick definitely impressed me tonight.
She really knows her way around the squared circle, I'll just say that. Despite her not so healthy mental state.
Well, she didn't stab anybody tonight, so at least that's good.
At least she didn't come near you with a knife, that's one thing.
Well, she dropped my shoulder, so that's kind of criminal.
I don't know if that's necessarily illegal, Damon.
Well, for me it is.
Oh no.
What's she doing now?
Oh no.
Oh, come
She's
on.
just looking to add insult to injury, just trying to take her out.
There's no necessary need for this.
Oh, thank God. Brittany Phaser is here to assist Veronica and not have Heather do something like that.
Thank God. I wouldn't have wanted to see the punch.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is a friend of mine.
Oi, mate. G'day. You know who you're looking at? You know who you're talking to? It's Brandon James. And I am the king of the Outback. I spent 5 years of my life, mate, out of that bayous. I was in the back, out of the Outback, out of them bayous, out of the fucking wilderness, mate. 5 fucking years of my life, no computers, none of your fancy schmancy iPhones, none of it. You know what I did? I spent 5 years out of them goddamn Outbacks fighting. Not your pansy ass undies and wrestling about like gay men fighting wrestling. I was fighting fucking animals. I was fucking fighting savages. You wanna know why I fucking did that, mate? It was to prove that I was the best. And now, I'm coming to ACF. Why? I'm coming to ACF to prove a point. That you lily-licking fuckers don't know what a fight is. And I'm gonna bring that fight. I'm gonna bring all of the talent that I have had fighting in the goddamn Outbacks and them fucking bayous. I'm gonna bring all of that. And I'm bringing it to ACF. So ACF, watch out, cause Brandon James is coming to bring the fighting back in ACF, mate.
Up next, the debuting Brandon James against the returning Randall Knight.
This is going to be pretty interesting. So, this Brandon James, he's debuting tonight, right? That's what I'm getting at?
Yep, this is
Okay,
his
cool, let's go.
contest.
Crocodile Dundee. What the hell?
Here comes the man who refers to himself as the king of the Outback, Brandon James, who's really proud of his Australian heritage. But, you know, we have a unique guy here because this is a guy who claims that, you know, he was in the wilderness for 5 years fighting animals for a living.
I'm starting to get very concerned with your roster here.
Hey, he's not insane. He just has a passion for what he does.
You know, Death Row had a lot of interesting people too, and now Crossfire. What did I get myself into?
But this man, this guy's fucking nuts.
Great.
Who's Cannon Randall Knight?
I'm not getting any closer to fighting somebody that's... What's in the bag?
We haven't seen this guy since WrestleMania, where he suffered a shoulder injury in the Internet Championship, in a European title match. My apologies. Is that a fucking snake?
There's a snake in that bag.
There could very well be, but this guy, when he comes to the ring, he has a very mean habit of basically getting in the fans' faces and screaming at them at the top of his lungs.
You can scream at me all he wants. There's a snake in that fucking bag.
I don't know. Very well could be.
Well, like it's gonna matter. The goddamn fucking...
Look at what I... see what I mean?
Oh, that's not very nice.
No, I don't even know what that fucking hand signal means that he always does. But, you know, this is the guy's return match. He's returning from injury, and he's going to be fighting a man that hasn't had a match here in ECF, Brandon James.
Well, let's go. Let's hope this is pretty good. Oh, God!
James, big belly-to-back suplex there.
Backdrop there.
Getting the early start in this match. And...
what's he going for? Well, hold on.
that big DDT.
Randall's not even getting any upper hand right now. It's all James.
All James in this match so far.
That's what I open my mouth. Something happens.
You know, maybe Randall Knight came back too quick from injury.
Well, I mean, if he used a goddamn snake, I bet he'd get the pretty upper hand.
I don't know if that's legal in ECF. I'll have to check the rule book.
Well, like it shouldn't matter. I bet if this Brandon James is really what he says he is, and he was in the wilderness fighting animals, I bet he could easily take on a snake. Oh,
You know, I'd pay to see that. Brandon James versus Randall Knight snake.
Go back to the old school of like...
Take that any way you want.
Going all the way back to old school with the circuses where the guy would wrestle a bear, except we're going to see Outback Steakhouse over here take on a snake.
Oh, that's just racist. I don't think Brandon James will take too much for that comment. I don't think you've got yourself a big fan in Brandon James if you're going to say things like that.
Well, I'm back here and he's in the goddamn ring and I'm going to say what I want.
You know, I don't think he's deaf. I'm pretty sure he can hear some of the things you're saying.
Well, hopefully that makes him more encouraged to beat the shit out of Randall Knight here, which it looks like he is. Maybe I'm doing something right.
Maybe. Or maybe you're just out of your mind and you want to call our roster insane.
I think you people are turning me insane.
Well, you know, we don't discriminate.
Never said I was discriminated. The guy's pretty impressive. I'm enjoying what he's doing here.
Oh!
The Knight guy's getting his ass kicked, so that's a shame. And now he's sitting on him.
Randall Knight, not known for taking beatings like these.
Nice.
Getting walked all over by Brandon James, and the elbow of disdain connects.
Hello. Hi.
Cover now, 1, 2, kicked out at 2 by Randall Knight. And now Knight.
Randall Knight credit him. He's trying his best, but Brandon James looks like he's got the upper hand.
Brandon James so far does look like he has the upper hand in this contest. But wait a minute, that might change now. Famous, sir!
Oh dear. Whoa!
Cover now, uno.
That could be it.
But no, James kicks out at 1.
That's not enough.
That's not what you need in this match.
Gonna go for that, what looked like
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Aw.
It's just, oh, he poked him in the eye. What a heel.
And then just knocks him down again.
What a heel.
Knight trying to get James to the outside of the ring. What's he gonna do? Kicks him down.
I mean, Brandon James, like we said, living with the animals and everything. Well, Randall Knight here looks like he's like an embodiment of what a snake is. So this could actually be Brandon James could go back into his psyche, think that he's a snake, and just try and wrangle with him. Maybe that's another way of looking at it.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh!
Never
God.
mind. Hello. Oh God.
Right through the barricade.
Yep.
We have not seen anything like that so far tonight.
Hopefully nobody got hurt.
These fans getting a real treat for this contest.
This is pretty violent for these two, and it's not even a hardcore match.
No, it is not, and they're making it seem like one. Hard-hitting
Wait for
moves.
Brandon James to debut.
These fans have been waiting weeks to see the King in the Outback claim his kingdom.
And
But
how did he get repaid? By getting speared through a barricade.
for the third time in the night, going for that cartwheel moonsault, and now, wait.
Springboarding again? What's he doing? Oh! Looks like a flippin' seated centaur, and he just. Alright.
Oh, neutralizer!
That's it. Game
That
over.
is done. They're 1, 2, kick out at 2 by Randall
right.
Knight.
Never mind.
I thought that was going to be it.
Looks like Outback Steakhouse ain't getting a win just yet.
Oh, and he sits on him again. You know, you want to say Randall Knight is snake-like. Brandon James really kind of has an animal-like, way of approaching the ring.
Well, it's probably because the fact that he lived in the wilderness for 5 years.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God!
Ramming his face repeatedly into the ring post.
Randall Knight, maybe this was not the right night to come back.
I mean, he did get that famouser on him.
That's
but,
about it. But,
Kill switch.
Oh! Right on his face.
Cover now 1, 2. Only getting 2.
All right, Randall Knight's credit. I mean, he's definitely trying to hold his own right now, but he needs to start. He needs to do something. Poke him in the eye. I don't know what you got to do.
At least this wasn't
He's gotta get him ahead.
At least this isn't a kind of just a squash like we saw with Heather Baker and Veronica.
Oh, I don't even.
That was just a classic beatdown.
The poor lady got hit with the chair beforehand. Almost got hit with the chair.
We would have definitely seen someone get busted open there if that happened.
I'd have wanted to see that. The poor lady does not need to get hit with a chair. Now, Outback over here, he could get hit with a chair. I'd be okay with that.
You're not a big Brandon James fan, are you?
I never said that. I just, whatever. I
Randall
like this Randall Knight guy. He looks pretty cool.
Locking in the abdominal stretch, trying to get the submission victory.
It's hard to believe a guy was in the wilderness for 5 years and survived and everything was okay. Now he's all of a sudden a wrestler.
That's what he claimed.
He can claim all he wants. Where's the documents? Where's any kind of paper? There's got to be some kind of proof. At least Randall Knight, if there's a snake in that bag, he could prove it by opening up the bag. I don't know. This Brandon James fella, he might not all be what he says he is. It might all be smoke and mirrors.
You could be right, but I'm not going to doubt Brandon James because he seems like a serious individual.
Oh, I'll give him credit. He's very impressive in the ring. His backstory might just be a little fishy.
Oh,
Get it? Fishy.
Oh.
Fishy.
Elbow.
Elbow.
Up to Stain for the
Brandon
second
James
time.
likes to use his elbow a lot as an attack.
Jawbreaker!
What the hell? Oh, God.
That has to be it, too. That is it. This match is over. Ring the bell.
Good for Brandon James. Good. Definitely impressed with both him and Knight to an extent. I wish I hope to see more of Randall Knight. But good debut for Brandon James on the debut episode of Crossfire.
Sure, Randall Knight will get a match once again in the future. But Brandon James really celebrating his debut victory.
Good for him.
These fans have been waiting weeks to see this guy debut, and he's finally done it. It's the undisputed champion Phil Bradshaw against Michael Geller live here tonight. Bradshaw now going into the corner. What the hell is he trying to do? Wait, he's got his legs. What the hell? Oh my God! He's got a figure four locked in, and oh, I thought I just heard something break. Geller's legs look fucking broken. Now Bradshaw, wait a minute. What the hell is he doing? Oh my God! Bradshaw retains the championship, and I'm pretty sure Michael Geller's neck and legs are broken. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am backstage with the living legend Phil Bradshaw. My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the streak. Now, Phil, what are your thoughts on your match tonight against Shambo? You know, Shambo was someone that I considered a friend. He was someone that, over the last few weeks, ever since I decided to turn over a new leaf, has been one that has been right beside me. Against the CWO, against the amazing AJ, against everyone that wronged me, that took away my life, my career, my group. Every single one of those people that wronged me, I wanted to take out. And I did that with Shambo and Sean Riley. But mainly Mr. Shambo. And it really surprises me, considering that the CWO did everything we could to try to take out Shambo when he was going after the Undisputed Championship. But since that's old news, and that's the old me, to me that I'm not proud of, looking back, Shambo became someone that is a friend. However, if he wants to complain, and if he wants to say that I was in the wrong, for during the Undisputed title match, I speared him off the entrance ramp, and he wants to say that that was uncalled for, and tonight, he wants his revenge. Well, you can think that. I, for one, just think I was just taking advantage of the opportunity. You've never done that before, I mean, I feel bad for you, because every time someone does that, it's always at your expense. You lost the title that way, and you almost lost your career that way. But you want to come back from that injury? Okay, fine. You can come back. You can fight me tonight in the main event, Okay? And I'll shake your hand after the match. But if you think that that was anything trying to damage our friendship, then I don't know what you're thinking, Because I was just doing what was best for me. What was best for me to get back that Undisputed title from that son of a bitch known as the Amazing AJ. But now it looks like I can't do that. Because Sean Riley, he's getting a shot. Good for him. I can wait. For now, I'm all about rebuilding the new Phil Bradshaw. The Phil Bradshaw that is for these people. And I will become the new and improved living legend. So I'll see you out there tonight, my friend. There better be no funny business, though, because if there is, well, then we might have a problem. Respect is what I gain from these fans. When I was evil, when I was in the wrong, I used to preach that these fans should respect me. But now when I look about it, I want these people to respect me. I want to respect these people. And I don't want them to respect me because I tell them to. I want them to respect me because I earned their respect. Now, Heyman, that's all I have to say.
We just heard from Phil Bradshaw, who basically said that if his friend Shambo really wants a match against him, he'll give him a match, but he hopes it doesn't affect his friendship.
Well, we'll see what happens here tonight. I mean, we've been realizing, we've been watching, we've been noticing. Bradshaw wants to try and, reinvent himself. He wants to make up for all the stuff that he did in the past and really try and prove to everybody he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's really been his mission ever since being betrayed by the CWO, to really become a new person. So far, he's doing a pretty good job with it, but tonight might just be his biggest test to see if he won't resort back to his old ways against Rochambeau.
Rochambeau is definitely a very, very impressive athlete. He's going to give Bradshaw for his money, but is that going to cause Bradshaw to realize, hey, I don't know if I can beat him just for wrestling pure stance alone? Does he have to do a little bit fishy to get his way? We're going to have to find out right now.
Last time the two fought, Shambo did come up with the victory. And, I don't think Shambo took too kindly to Bradshaw spearing him off the ramp at Backlash, which really led to a minor injury from Shambo that kept him out of competition for about, 5 days.
But the situation when it comes to something like that is it's all in the spirit of competition. You're going into the match. You gotta always know that, it's for the title. You're gonna do whatever you want. You're gonna do whatever you can to take the title. And if it had to be if Rochambeau doing it to Bradshaw, be the same situation. It's just sadly Shambo was on the other end of the stick of it all.
That was for a title, and if Shambo takes it personally, I don't know who's the bigger man in the situation.
We're gonna find out right now. We're gonna see. Did Backlash affect these two as friends? Are they gonna have a nice, wholesome match to put on the show for these fans here on the debut episode of Crossfire? Or are we gonna see these two guys brawl because there's some bitter rivalry here because the Shambo's got a fucking, stick up his ass?
Yep. The man who calls himself the Savior, the man that was robbed of the undisputed title at WrestleMania, trying to reestablish himself tonight against Bradshaw in the main event Crossfire. This guy does have a very impressive record, though. He has only lost 2 matches here out of, I believe, like the 8 or 9 he has competed in.
That's not a bad record.
Those matches being the cash-in at WrestleMania and the Fatal 4-Way at Backlash. So, basically every time there's a title on the line. Even though when he fought Fusion for the belt, he was successful. These fans really looking forward to this main event tonight.
Well, sometimes when you're the champion, you just choke.
They're going to get their money's worth, but Bradshaw starts it off with a reverse atomic drop. Shambo, no, reversal.
Oh, right out of the gate, all of us, quick, fast fire. These guys are really going at it. So,
yeah, so this has been the first episode of Crossfire you've called. What would be the highlight of the night for you so far?
I definitely got to give it a Chambers. He had the card, stacked against him. He had three opponents. He's defending the title. I definitely got to give it to him. Proved me wrong. Well, I voted for him, but I was thinking, hey, you know what? He might not get it because everybody else is fantastic. Definitely got to give it to Chambers for keeping that title around his waist.
And I got to go with that opening tag team match because, Thunder and Fury really really proved that they are, you know, despite Bad Dreams being the tag team champions, they are the team to beat in ECF, and they really proved it in a very entertaining opening contest.
It was a very, very entertaining contest, but like I said, I like Vero and I like Thunder because they're a tag team, but the Warriors need to learn how to be a tag team.
Bradshaw and Shambo currently locking up pretty freaking even so far.
These two, it's not one-sided, both on even sides, and so far, it's been pretty standard for a wrestling match. Neither man is resorting to anything, you know, fierce or brutal. They're just going out there as competitors to put on a show for the fans. Who knows, that could change later on in the match.
Bradshaw back on his feet now. Big knee to the gut there.
That looked very painful. It looks like Bradshaw is going to go to the top rope. And, yep.
Big drop
And a
kick.
drop kick.
Cover now. 1. Only getting a 1. And again with that atomic drop. And now just driving his face into the mat.
Well, let's see, now that's a little bit of a shady tactic. He's just stepping his boot right in his face. You got to think, not all of Bradshaw's past has, you know, disappeared. You know, he's got to still have some of that still locked in his head. So, you know, it's all about the fair sport of competition, but you never know. Bradshaw might lose it.
Yeah. And now Shambo working on the arm of Phil Bradshaw. And
That could
what
be a
is
pop.
Shambo? No.
What?
Shambo
Look like
once
Shambo.
again, elbow to the face, and follows that one up. Irish whip into the corner, and big clothesline.
There we go, Shambo on a roll. It looked like for a second though, Shambo was questioning himself when he picked up Bradshaw for a second there. I wonder if he's thinking about something. Hopefully we'll see what happens later on in the match.
Now another
Flex.
question I have for you is:
Yes.
do you think that Shambo is still feeling the effects of that spear off the ramp from Phil Bradshaw?
I mean, even though it's been a few weeks.
Oh wait! Oh no! Oh
We'll
no!
get back down in a second. This is not.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, he's got a figure 4 applied there in the turnbuckle. That's completely damage to a man's thighs, to his hamstrings.
And that is the
very
move
painful.
that put away the man that, according to the vignettes we've been getting, the returning Michael Geller at ECF Dawn of the Champions. You saw in that vignette that was the move that shattered his legs. And he's trying to do the same thing with Shambo. I don't know if that's such a friendly thing to me.
Definitely not friendly in my case. I don't know what Bradshaw was thinking there. Like I said, not everything in the past has disappeared.
So, I forgot. Did you give an answer on whether you think Shambo is still feeling the effects of that move?
I definitely have to put it this way. It's been a few weeks since that happened. But you're getting speared off an entrance ramp, and your back is going straight into the floor, concrete now. You're in the mode, you got the adrenaline rushing through you. You've already fought through the match to begin with, so you might be feeling a little bit of the effect. I wouldn't say he's feeling it fully, but you got to think the awesome lingering problems definitely is back. And that figure 4 on the outside definitely didn't do anything to help his back.
Well, that's not going to make things any better.
He's just going after everything. Everything that's happened to him so far. Between the spear, the figure 4, and now that
Stunner!
Alright, the stunner and the pile driver. This is all affecting his spine.
Yeah, Phil Bradshaw just trying to get the victory at all costs, and now Shambo is busted open.
The last thing Shambo needs is for something bad to go wrong and him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life, and there goes his career.
Yeah, that's one thing you do not want to see happen to the Savior. A man who has really shown a whole bunch of heart and dedication since he's debuted in the ECF.
Looks like Bradshaw, though, has the upper hand right now. Shambo bleeding. He's gotten the stunner, the pile driver. He's getting everything. He's getting his ass kicked right now. Shambo, pick up the pace, brother.
But for some reason, I see in Bradshaw's face, I see a little bit of hesitation every time he tries to do one of those things, because I can see him thinking that he does not want to go back to the old Phil Bradshaw, the Bradshaw of old that he wanted to get rid of.
Well, sometimes the thing is, when you're fighting a very, very skilled competitor such as Shambo, you have to always do what's best for you and whatever is going to make you get the W. And if that's going back to the old school, there's no such thing as hesitation.
Running into the referee there, and that could cost him big time because now
he's
Shambo Destroyer! And that could be it. That puts away nearly everyone you get into the ring to. But no, Bradshaw kicking out at 1.
alive.
Bradshaw's staying alive probably through, adrenaline alone. And these fans, they're pretty much split down the middle in this match. They can't decide who they want to root for.
I am the same. I don't like to pass biasness as anything, but I usually I'm going to give the upper hand to the guy that I think is the most suited for the W. And Shambo's finally getting that second rush
Shambo,
of adrenaline
going
here.
for it again, but
And no
reversal there with the
right into that
DDT.
I gotta give it. Shambo getting that second spit of adrenaline.
No. Final shot.
That's it.
That's done. No, 1, 2,
Two.
kick out by
Wow.
Shambo.
I'll give Shambo credit. I mean, Bradshaw is doing everything he can to affect this man's face, his neck, his spine, his legs. And Shambo is like, not today, Junior. I'm kicking out. I'm taking this W. And here goes our goddamn announce table again.
Oh no.
Well, I'm picking up my soda this time.
Yeah, you better do that because if the last time that happened is any indication, we're going to be seeing something like that again. Wait, Bradshaw.
What's he doing?
He's going to the top rope. Oh no. Oh no.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Yep.
That did it.
Yeah, that might as well be the end of Shambo's career.
Oh.
That might just be it. Let's go on, Bradshaw.
Going for the stunner again, but Shambo pushing him out of the way, but getting sent back into the ring now.
Shambo using every little ounce and breadth of air that he has to stay alive. Oh.
And again with the atomic drop.
Is really just showing his all right now.
We are witnessing one hell of a main event here in Rochester tonight for the first edition of Crossfire. Phil Bradshaw against the savior, Shambo.
Everybody here tonight definitely is getting their money's worth. I'm definitely getting my money's worth, even if
that shook the ring. Shambo's got to be in a lot of pain after that.
Well, he's also losing blood at every second here. That's also got to be doing a big number on him. Disorientation could happen from all the blood loss.
I mean, both men, you got to figure they're trying to figure out a way to put the other away. Shambo hits the Shambo Destroyer. Bradshaw kicks out. Bradshaw hits the final shot. Shambo kicks out.
It's impressive, but you also got to think with the blood dripping, it's gonna get in Shambo's eyes. See straight. Oh, did he hit the steps?
Oh, he might have just brushed the steps there, and
What's going on here?
I don't know.
So much for being
stunner again.
So much for being friends.
I think that has gone out the window right now because they're. Oh no, not again.
Not again.
Dear God.
The poor man's back.
Oh.
Does he want to end his friend's career, quote unquote friend?
It might look like that right now. I don't know what to tell you.
This is a very what? I'm so confused. Why is he doing this to him?
I can't give you an answer. They're
what is Bradshaw trying
end
to prove?
each other's careers here.
What's Bradshaw trying to prove?
Shambo getting up right now, and he is just doing everything he can do now to destroy him. And what is Bradshaw going to do here? Bradshaw getting back in the ring, and you got to imagine he's going to try to end the match right now. But Shambo, he's getting a bit of a second momentum right now. I guess, you know, he's
Oh, no, he's taunted.
he's so hurt. He just is trying to get up and try to finish the match with just every single little drop of energy he has left in him.
Like I said, the blood's gonna get in his eyes. That's gonna affect him. He's losing blood continuously. He can't really see straight. I mean, everything he's doing right now is off of the pure adrenaline and that little chance of breath that he has left.
Yep, and now Shambo calling for the end once again.
Gonna try that.
Oh no, he's gonna try it again. Shambo Destroyer for the second time in the night. That has to be it. One,
This could be a
two,
one upset.
kick out.
Oh,
At
that's
two.
fine. Whoa! What a DDT!
What a DDT there.
Definitely an impressive main event. And CPV style main event right here for the fans for the first episode of Crossfire.
This is definitely so far a match of the season contender. And Shambo with the fisherman driver there.
Shambo is doing whatever he can to say, hey, guess what? You know, you beat the shit out of me earlier. Well, guess
Still not able to pick up the victory.
neither man wants to take that loss.
He can't. It's gotta frustrate him in his mind that he cannot put away Phil Bradshaw with these moves that nearly put away almost everybody.
And I mean, like I said, for a guy like him that's had a lot of damage done to his spine tonight and his legs, he's literally putting his body on the line right now, his career, to get this W. But the question is it really worth it?
Oh, wait. Trying to get a sneaky victory.
It's a
But
two.
even then, no.
Bradshaw, this might be the smarter man tonight.
Oh, God. The third Shambo Destroyer. This has to be a two. No!
What? How?
What?
That's not possible.
Are you kidding me? 3 of those.
How is Bradshaw not like dead?
I don't know.
That flipping pile driver.
Bradshaw's trying to prove a point here. But Shambo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
This isn't a no disqualification.
No, it.
Oh. Why? Why would he?
What? Rochambeau just snapped.
Why would he do that?
Why would you do that?
I mean, I can definitely understand why he would do it. He was doing whatever he can, but
He
you're gonna
just got sick of Bradshaw kicking out of everything, and he hit him over the head with the chair.
Hey, like I said earlier in the night, I think somebody's got a stick up his ass, and we just saw it here tonight with Rochambeau.
Rochambeau being a sore loser here.
I think I know now who the bigger man is, and it's definitely Phil Bradshaw.
Yeah, Phil Bradshaw. I mean, I want to talk about him not being a true friend. I mean, that's not friendly at all. And Bradshaw, he wants to know what the fuck is going on. He's got to be upset after that one, but Rochambeau doesn't even look like he's giving him the time of day right now.
I don't think Shambo gives a shit anymore about this guy.
Rochambeau, he's lost it. I'm disgusted. You just ruined that perfect main event. Well, anyways, that's it for Crossfire. I'm Jared Extreme. That is Damon Affleck, and we will see you later.